Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, I'm asking the question, who cares what Macron has to say right now? So apparently I'm not going to get into citations or anything here. This will be kind of a short one. But as you can see from the thumbnail, in the Thai news, they've been reporting that Paetongtarn, apropos of what, I don't know, got on the phone with Macron to have some kind of discussion. And I think it may have had something to do with the border dispute between Thailand and Cambodia, although I can't be precisely certain. I haven't heard a transcript. But I made the video because the minute I saw it, I was like, what does he have to do with anything? And frankly, it gets my hackles up when I hear about Macron talking to anybody from the quote-unquote core coalition party, because the last time this happened, Sreda went over there in his little scarf and was talking to Macron and said, oh, we were going to illegalize cannabis again. You know, and it was just sort of apropos of nothing. It was frankly a remark that caused all kinds of consternation here. It didn't end up coming to pass because it was a terrible idea, terrible policy, terrible from a legal standpoint. Now we're dealing with some of that again. I'm not going to go too deep into that. I'm making another video contemporaneously with this one where we discuss that. But I immediately thought of that's why Dave Chappelle is put side by side with the photo there. I immediately thought of this great Dave Chappelle bit where he says, on 9/11, I was watching MTV and Carson Daly says, hey, it was 9/11, it was after the attacks. And he said, hey, we've got Ja Rule on the phone. Let's see what Ja Rule has to say at a time like this. And I can't deliver it right the way that Dave would, but he says, who gives an F what Ja Rule has to say at a time like this? I don't want to dance. I'm scared to death. Well, that's what I feel about Macron. You know, if she's calling him up about this border dispute, Imperial France doesn't exist anymore. Okay? I have problems with the legitimacy of the Franco-Siamese Treaty to begin with because it was basically foisted at knife point or at gunpoint on everyone out here. You know, the Thais, the Khmers, the Laos, everybody. You know, the French were out here apropos of no particular legitimate right. They were just out here imposing their will on things. And is that what our prime minister is talking to him about? And if so, why? What's it got to do with anything now? You know, that they're long gone. They're not out here. What was it Eisenhower once said? His worst mistake was following the French into a land war in Indochina. You know, I mean, maybe Paetongtarn should learn a little bit from Eisenhower that asking the French about what, you know, it's just not good policy. It's not good thinking, and who cares what they have to say? And frankly, I don't know why she'd be talking to him anyway. And I want to be clear, I'm not talking about the French per se, nor the French nation. Because it's my understanding, the French have just as much a problem with Macron as possibly I do. At least under these maybe circumstances, whatever, because again, it looks to me like a lot of these World Economic Forum young leaders or whatever are all getting together to powwow and commiserate about things when all of us plebs start getting mad about their supranational policies that they themselves have said they want eventually to lead to us all owning nothing and being happy. Okay? So I ask again, what's Macron got to do with anything going on out here in Southeast Asia?